What's up, everybody? Jesse Burdick here. Hey, safety first, everyone. Perfect. Kenny, aka Peeker, helping out Smokey in his desperate time of need. But hey, we're here going to go over some training with Team SuperTraining here. These are some of the last workouts in everybody's meet prep. I think there's 2 or 3 kind of meets that people are prepping for. I know STEPH is a little bit earlier or later, and Smokey, everyone is headed up to Reno to do their meets. So I think they're all within about 2 or 3 weeks of each other. So you'll see a couple of different variations on what everyone's doing. Here we have proper wrist wrapping technique. This is KIRBY. He's kind of a newer powerlifter, and a lot of people end up assuming that, you know, either whether it's a wrist wrap or knee sleeves, knee wraps, something that you can just kind of slap those on and just go, you know, bonkers, and your weights will just continue to increase. But there is actually a lot of learning to do, how to make them work for you, how to optimize things. So to have kind of an experienced lifter help you out through that is extremely important and really, really valuable. Can pay huge dividends. Really nice bench press by KIRBY there. Here we have John. I think he did a mock meet in the gym, or he's planning to do a mock meet in the gym, maybe the same weekend that everybody else is, or, you know, fairly close timeline as far as everybody else is going. So here we have, you know, I think people are going to work up to like 80-85% for either doubles or triples, and then I think we're going to put on the slingshot and kind of work to do some overload stuff. Here's Smoke with 395. Smoke is a really technical lifter. He really gets a lot of stuff right, you know, a lot of the time, which is always really impressive. We have STEPH. Again, just don't exactly know STEPH's background here, but I mean, she's just so strong and really, really consistent. Here's 155 pounds bench press for her. I think she either goes a little bit too low and or flares. Yeah, she goes a little bit low, and then she therefore it's going to force, if you could see her elbows kind of flare out there. That's usually going to happen if you go too low. You're going to end up having to kind of flare your elbows out to kind of catch it underneath. I think she comes back and fixes that and actually goes a little bit heavier. And we have Peeker hitting up some good presses. Nice pause there, just kind of getting himself ready in the stuff that we do for Power WOD, which everyone is doing there. That's available on markbell.com. As we get closer and closer to the meet, what we're trying to do is really try and dial in the commands and just make sure that you understand what you're getting into once you get to a meet. So we'll start to utilize more pauses. You'll hear a lot more cues that you might hear at the meet as well. Here's KIRBY using the slingshot. As you can kind of see, his elbows are a little further out. They're not kind of as close to his body as you would normally see. When we watch someone like Smokey put it on, you'll see he really utilizes that slingshot really, really well. Here's John with 375. Really, really clean, good press. I'm not exactly sure where that is as far as like percentage wise goes, but really nice lift. Oh, slow motion chalk. Perfect. What a good shot. Who shot that? That was brilliant. Here we go. Smoke 415 in that slingshot. So the comparison is, you know, from KIRBY to Smoke here. That almost looks like an invisible slingshot because it's pretty camouflaged. Just see where his elbow position is and how that thing almost just wraps around Smokey, opposed to kind of having his elbows out and making it a little bit more difficult. So again, Smokey really does, again, a great job of being a technical lifter. Here we go, STEPH. I think that's a 5-pound jump from what she was. Gets it right in a good spot, and that's always a good indication of a good lift if you start cracking up and smiling as you're finishing it. So big difference. Hey, Jeremy Avila, just looking jacked and tan out of nowhere. All of a sudden he's here, steals the show. Here we have Peeker going for a 400 bench. Good. Got a little twisted there as he kind of went, as you can kind of see, but he's struggling through it. Kind of misses that last little bit there. Again, kind of flared his elbows a little bit earlier. If you would have stayed, kept them a little bit closer, you would have been able to utilize the power of the slingshot a little bit better, but he still did a great job. Here we go, KIRBY. I think on this one, if I remember correct, he does a much better job of keeping his elbows in and really getting the most out of that slingshot. As you can see, his elbows are shaking a little bit at the bottom. As he uses the slingshot a lot more, he'll get more and more used to that and get better and better at it. But he's a really, really strong, impressive guy. He's gonna do some fun stuff once he really kind of gets going. John with the 415 press. Finishes it out. There you go. Something also to kind of keep in mind, this is a peaking cycle. So, I mean, these guys are literally have been beaten to as close as we can to death, and then we're going to let them rest, and then hopefully they'll be stronger at the end. Here we got Smoke. Just smashing it. Great press. That's it, everybody. If you have any questions or anything you want to know exactly how we're doing more and more training here at PowerWOD, Team SuperTraining, feel free to stop by markbell.com. Check it out. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.